What if I told you the world's first computer was not invented in the 20th century, but over 2,000 years ago? What if I told you it sank to the bottom of the sea, and when it was found, scientists were so shocked they thought it was a hoax? Welcome to the world of ancient Greek technology they don't want you to remember. When sponge divers first spotted the corroded bronze lump off the coast of Antikythera in 1901, they thought it was just a rock fused with coins. But as archaeologists scraped away centuries of encrustation, gears emerged, dozens of them intricately cut. This wasn't a treasure chest. It was a time machine of the mind. The Antikythera mechanism could predict solar eclipses, lunar phases, and even the exact dates of the ancient Olympic Games, over 2,000 years ago. It was so far ahead of its time that nothing like it appeared again for more than 1,000 years. But here's the chilling part. It may not have been the only one. Imagine how many other ancient computers are still resting beneath the waves, silent and forgotten, waiting to tell us the story of a civilization far more advanced than we dare to believe. You know Archimedes for his Eureka moment in the bath. But few remember the weapon that may have set the seas on fire. The ancient historian Lucian tells of a siege where Roman ships closed in on the port of Syracuse. Archimedes instructed his men to line the city walls with polished bronze shields, not for defense, but to catch the sunlight and concentrate it on the enemy ships. Within moments, sails ignited. The sea battle turned into a floating inferno. Modern scientists have tried to recreate this with mixed results. But the question lingers. Did Archimedes really weaponize the sun, or is this a legend wrapped in science? And if it's true, what other impossible devices did he dream up that we've simply forgotten? When you walk into a supermarket today and doors slide open automatically, you're seeing the ghost of an ancient idea. In the temples of Alexandria, nearly 2,000 years ago, visitors were stunned when massive bronze doors opened, seemingly by magic. In reality, the priest engineers had hidden a system of counterweights and steam pressure. When a fire was lit on the altar, heat expanded air in concealed pipes, forcing water into containers whose weight pulled open the doors. To the worshippers, it was divine intervention. To the engineers, it was science used for awe. Imagine walking into a sacred hall, and the building itself moved as if alive. In 1901, sponge divers off the coast of Antikythera stumbled upon a shipwreck. Buried beneath centuries of marine growth was something that should not have existed for another 1,000 years. A bronze machine so intricate that it baffled scientists. This device wasn't a weapon. It wasn't a treasure chest. It was a computer, built in 100 BC. Imagine holding in your hands a small wooden box. Inside it, dozens of hand-cut gears interlocking in perfect harmony. No steam engines, no industrial tools, just sheer mastery of metalwork. The Antikythera mechanism could predict eclipses, track the movement of planets, and even time the next Olympic Games with uncanny precision. Its makers weren't just building a tool, they were building the future, a future we forgot. The mystery deepens when you realize nothing of this complexity appears again for over 1,000 years. Why? Was this the work of one genius whose secrets died with him? Or was ancient Greece hiding an entire forgotten chapter of science, erased by time? The year is 214 BC. The Roman fleet approaches the city of Syracuse. Outnumbered and outgunned, most will surrender.
But Syracuse had Archimedes. He didn't just build catapults or walls. He weaponized sun. With an army of soldiers holding massive bronze mirrors, Archimedes focused the blazing Mediterranean sun onto the sails of Roman warships. Slowly, smoke began to curl, then flames. The Romans panicked as their fleet burned from a weapon they couldn't see and couldn't block. Modern historians doubted the story, calling it a myth. But in 1973, Greek scientists recreated the experiment, and it worked. So, was Archimedes the first to invent solar-powered warfare? If so, what other inventions of his have we lost to history? Long before James Watt, before locomotives and steamships, there was Heron of Alexandria. Around 10 AD, he built the world's first recorded steam engine, the Aeolipile. It was a simple metal sphere with bent pipes, but when heated, steam blasted out, spinning the sphere at incredible speed. Heron didn't use it to power ships or machines. To him, it was a temple wonder, a way to amaze worshippers as doors opened by the will of the gods. But think about it. The principle was there. The Industrial Revolution could have begun in the Roman Empire. But it didn't. Why? Was it because ancient economies relied on human and slave labor, making industrial machines unnecessary? Or was it that the knowledge was never shared widely enough to ignite change? Some believe if Heron's steam engine had been weaponized or adapted for ships, history itself would be unrecognizable today. Imagine the Industrial Revolution 2,000 years earlier, entire empires reshaped before Rome ever fell. If you want more mind-bending journeys into forgotten tech that could have rewritten history, subscribe now, because next time, the past might surprise you even more than the future.